What up, awesome internet people? How's it going? So if you have an old computer and you try to decide what to do with it, why not install Android on it? Android actually works pretty decent as a desktop OS. It allows you to browse the web, being able to access some of your favorite apps, and have a basic word processing machine. So let's check it out. Okay, so I have an old desktop that is running Windows XP. No surprise there. Now the specs on this are very weak. It's running an Intel Pentium 4 single core processor with less than 1GB of RAM and a 250GB hard drive. So I had nothing else to do with this other than install Android on it. So to install Android is very easy. We're going to use the Android x86 ISO, and I'll provide a link in the description below. Now the latest build is on KitKat. There is an ice cream sandwich branch out there, but you're going to have to build it yourself. So just use KitKat and make things easier. Now to install it, we're going to use a free program called Rufus. Just select your USB drive, select the ISO, and it'll automatically create a bootable USB drive for you. Now inside of your computer, what you want to do is make sure you boot from your USB flash drive that you installed Android to. So connect it, go to your boot devices, and make sure you choose USB device, and boot up the Android x86 image. What we're going to do is we're going to go to installation and install the image to the hard disk. So select that option. Okay, so you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do this just because I don't want any of our partitions on a hard disk other than Android. So I'm going to go into the settings. I'm going to delete the existing partition on there, which is the Windows partition. And I'm going to create a new partition, make it my primary partition. And I'm going to allocate the whole entire size to it. Finally, I'm going to change the type to Linux, just so I have one big Linux partition on this hard disk. Again, you don't have to do this. I just don't want Windows on my computer, honestly. So we're just going to delete everything Windows from this. So finally, let's write partition to the disk and save the changes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go choose our partition, format as ext3, and we're going to choose yes, and it's going to start the partition. Yes, we do want to install the Grub bootloader. And yes, we do want to set it as read-write system directory. Now finally at this part, you actually do want to reboot. Don't choose run Android x86 or you'll be like me and waiting forever for it to boot when it won't reboot. So once you reboot it, it should go and automatically open up into the Android x86 environment. It's going to start up in the Grub bootloader, give it a few seconds, and it's going to all boot into the Android x86. So now you can set up this as you normally would on any Android device. When it comes to internet, I don't have a Wi-Fi adapter. I'm connected directly via Ethernet. So I'm just going to skip this step. If you're connected via Ethernet, skip to step 2. And finally, now that it's all up and running, I'm going to go and update all my Google apps and everything else and all that other good stuff. This does come with the Google Play Store and all that, so you have access to all the apps. And just to go into settings real quickly, I just want to show you that you do have a lot of disk space available. I have the whole entire hard drive available, so all 250GB, which is pretty awesome. So like I said, Android actually works pretty good as a desktop environment. Honestly, you have access to your multimedia such as YouTube and other things like that. And like YouTube video playback is actually pretty good. There is some stuttering and lag, and that's due to the fact that, again, Android was not really developed to run on a desktop CPU, and you're kind of making it run on a desktop CPU, so there's still that layer of just lag somewhat, but still it works pretty well as it's a basic streaming app. And web browsing with the stock browser, or I should say the AOSP browser, works extremely well too. I'm able to browse web pages, and everything is smooth without too much stutter or lag. And I can definitely see myself using this if I really had to use this as a desktop OS. It's actually not that bad, honestly. Now, there's one thing, gaming does not work, and again, that's because a lot of the libraries, the C and C++ libraries, make use of the ARM CPU, and you're running on a desktop CPU, which kind of causes a lot of crashing. So guys, this has been a quick video on how to repurpose an old computer and run Android on it. I hope you liked this video. I'll provide all links down below in the description. And like I said, if you did like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for another galvanizing video. Thanks.